Alrighty then. Let's make sure everything is good, but it looks like we're going to be fine. So, howdy, folks. Welcome back to the Flying T-Bar C. It is Modern Monday, which means it is time for some more Final Fantasy 16. Who knows? We might. I don't know if we'll beat the game tonight. There's a lot of side quests. But either this week or next week, we will have this game in the bag, I am predicting. However, before we go ahead and get into gameplay, don't forget, folks, if you guys enjoy my stream, you enjoy my dulcet tones, or like watching me bash my head into the wall because persistence is key, go check me out over on YouTube and Twitter. YouTube is where all my content gets archived. So you want to watch me just randomly keep banging my head into walls to get the win? Go for it. Go watch. It's fun. Twitter's where any announcements are. So yeah, want to keep up to date with my stuff? That's where you guys need to go. What do you guys say we go ahead and we get into the game? No new announcements, really. It's all pretty much the same old shit at the moment. Click the button. Continue. Alright, so we did I think last time we did all of the quest steps that happened to be here. So now we have to go where there are other steps. So, geez, there's a lot too. I see. Oh, right, and there's quests in other areas too. Um, fudge. And apparently, I need to turn my broadcast volume up. I forgot this game's kind of quiet compared to other games. Let's go this way. Head into Vidagra. Vidagray? Vidagra? Okay. Oh, so we have like 3 quests here. Wonderful.
Good girl.
Here we go. Do this one first.
This might take a while.
Oh, I apparently forgot to restock on potions. Might want to do that when I get a chance.
The entire village looks abandoned. Now, which house would a bookworm live in?
Whichever town. So long as I can find some potions laying around, I'll be super happy. Yeah, Ultima was kind of whipping my ass, not gonna lie. Spect. Royal Intelligener Training Report. In the wake of the tragic fire in Kara Norvant in 873 V, and the subsequent depletion of our most highly practiced Intelligeneers, All mainland strongholds were instructed with double training in clandestine maneuvers, improvised weaponry, and assassination techniques, and dispatched promising volunteers to Stonehere for inspection. This report, this report details progress made by the stronghold at Garrick in reinvigorating Waloed's ranks of esteemed intelligencers.
This is a Royal Army logbook. Did he take this from the local barracks?
Mhm. The complete botany of Banes. Etrifotida, or Tale of a Wyvern. Ba-da-ba-da-ba.
His interests were certainly varied.
Folklorist Fabulary, the Moogle. No spirit or sprite appears more often in Valstein folk tales than the humble Moogle, though they occasionally painted as mischievous souls akin to pixies or imps. Most stories depict them as clumsy yet congenial spirits who delight in helping mankind with their daily labors. They are said to have sweet tooths, leading to the common superstition that one must not leave cakes or other sweetmeats uncovered overnight, lest not remain but crumbs come morning. In appearance, they are described as being covered head to toe in soft white fur, excepting the small dark wings, by which they are somehow able to take flight, and the brightly colored pom-poms that protrude from the tops of their heads. And yet, there is one detail regarding the Moogle that most find more remarkable than even the orb on top of its brow. The fact that the creatures actually exist. Preposterous, I hear you cry. Everybody knows that Moogles are stuff of legend. I quite agree, but every legend has a basis in truth, and in the case of the Moogle, the fact may not be so dissimilar to the fiction. Ancient bestiaries list the white mole whose feet do not touch the ground among the beasts of the realm, and the illustration besides the name, why, it is none other than a Moogle. Of course, it is true that the creatures are not known to still survive in the twins in modern day. Perhaps their miniature wings carried them to other climes. Perhaps they were hunted to extinction, or perhaps, just perhaps, they do still live among us, hidden away far from human view. I mean, not wrong. From a Distance, Chapter 16, The Fall of the Bears. Oh, hello, the fuck? The emergence of the first magic adepts was widely heralded as a gift from the gods. Indeed, the title with which those with the gift came to be commonly known as most likely a contraction of bearer of the heavenly blessing. The wording used by the tribunes at the time, those born with the blessing were lauded as living crystals, granted high office and plentiful reward for their status as chosen ones. Over the years, this reverence for their kind would become full-fledged religion, led by the bearers themselves, a development that would prove fateful. The diver nations of the time were unanimous in their the diverse nations of the time were unanimous of their disapproval of the founding of the church, while the authorities had for years welcomed bears into positions of power in their own structures of state. They were mistrusting of an organization led by bears for bears. I mean, that kind of yeah, they've got an agenda. Anyways, efforts were immediately made to chasten the church and its followers, banning members from holding office, evicting adherents from their homes, breaking up meetings by force. The church responded by forming a volunteer army to resist this persecution, and yet it continued, creating a cycle of ever increasing bloodshed and rancor, and a growing rift between those born with the blessing and those without. What began with beatings and street clashes would eventually spill over into an all-out war that consumed the greater part of the twins for nigh on a generation, and decimated the population of men and bear both. The deluge of blood that stained the land crimson and left even more lasting mark upon the minds of the Valastaian people. After the Bears' last resistance was crushed, the nations of Valisthea came together to sign the Continental Accord that initiated the system of slavery that persists across the realm to this day. It's a well-known phrase Bears are other than human has its root in a bitter war the years before, being the un being the unblessed's only excuse for their calamitous refusal to allow the blessed to decide their own destinies.
This is it. But if what it says is true, I need to get this back to the hideaway.
I mean, it probably is. Because, like, honestly, it made no sense for people to just, like,
Leaving so soon, stranger.
fuck.
We've been watching you. From a distance, so to speak.
Subtle. I know who you are.
Then we need not waste time on introductions. Hand me the book. Leave it in our care and return to your life.
Your care? Do you mean to burn it or bury it?
That is not my decision to make. But by one means or another, its contents shall be removed from the common record.
Then I'll have to politely refuse. I won't let you erase our history.
Then we find ourselves at an impasse. Very well. The book can just as easily be pried from your dead hand.
Bitch, if you know who I am, do you really think you are going to be able to beat me?
Let's see, shall we?
Like, that is one thing I do not understand about some of these supposedly clandestine secret organizations. Like, they know who I am.
Too slow. Nice try.
Ow. Cha-ching. Besides, if you guys really think you can take me, bring it.
Impressive. But we have other means. We shall claim the book yet.
Why do you want it so badly anyway?
It lays out in no uncertain terms the vanity and avarice of mankind. It tells the shameful history of the persecution and oppression of a gifted few by a giftless many. Would you say that this interpretation was correct?
I don't know.
You don't know. Your sword may be sharp, but your wits are dull. So let me answer for you. There is no correct interpretation of history. That a series of events took place may be proved beyond a doubt. But there can be no single, immutable explanation as to why they came to pass. It is a question of numbers and of belief. If enough people believe that a set of events occurred for a reason, that belief becomes the truth.
So you're trying to control the truth?
That's
They're
exactly what
trying
they're
to
doing.
protect people from themselves, from knowledge that would bring them naught but pain. That is all. You may keep the book. for now. The world is small. We shall meet again. Until then.
Wait. Damn it. Let's get this back to Vivian. Perhaps she can explain what that was all about.
I mean, it's not that hard to figure out, Clive. He's kind of right. You do have a case of the dome a little bit. But it's really not that hard
Come
to
on.
figure out.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Like, those events happened, however, why it happened, we don't know.
Time to fight.
God damn it. Stop getting stuck on geometry.
That'll do, girl.
Okay.
This must be the orphanage. Hopefully the registry is still here.
Yeah, except for the fact that there's a freaking Aether flood happening. Like, we are totally gonna get attacked by Koshik zombies. Conditioning schedules. Today's exercises will consist of the press yard, 20 sandbags for the duration as instructor shall dictate. The furnace, burn intensity to be gradually increased. Live combat, 1 to 3 hellhounds depending on performance. Damn.
Conditioning. This is nothing short of torture.
I feel like the furnace thing is definitely torture. And probably the live combat. Badbach Conservatory, writ of incorporation. Kingdom of Elude hereby incorporates this institution wherein juvenile bearers are to be granted the opportunity to give themselves in service of the state as soldiers. Trainees succumbing to the crystal's curse or otherwise perishing are to be disposed of with all haste. Graveyard is strictly reserved for the uncursed bearer. Disposal within its bounds is punishable by death. Wow, fuck
Disposed of. Herman wasn't exaggerating. It's a wonder he survived this place. I need to find that registry.
Like, the least you can do is fucking lay the dead to rest. Properly. I mean, just look at it. How do you think fucking ghosts and shit happen? Yeah, you may have hated a motherfucker in life, but turns out if you give him a burial, maybe, just maybe, you won't have to deal with a haunting? I mean, it's kind of a big maybe. I'm not gonna lie on that. There's not exactly a good, like, how-to guide when it comes to ghosts and spirits and other such things. Okay, so it's gotta be in this building. So there must be something I missed. Already looked at that. Already looked in there. Already looked at that. Aha! I recently learned that my own daughter was among the children turned to stone by the brutal training I subjected them to. I had not so much of thought of her since handing her over to the authorities as a babe, but inquiries with the military confirmed it. It was her. I had been torturing my own flesh and blood, and now I see her everywhere. Today, one of the children smiled at me in hope of receiving a few scraps from my table. It was her smile. The smile she inherited from her mother, the mother I killed for giving birth to a bear. Their ghosts have come back to haunt me. My daughters, my wives, all of them, all those children. So many have died at my hand. I can bear the guilt no longer, and so I have decided tomorrow I too must die. It will be the last order I give those poor wretches. The last torment I subject them to. I will command them to tear me limb from limb and inter my accursed corpse beneath the white tree whose crooked hands reach to the sky in supplication. And beside me my shame, my curse, the record of all their names, all those I have wronged.
This reads like a suicide note. Did the director go through with his plan? There's only one way to find out.
I know the dead are gonna walk again. It's gonna fucking happen.
A forked white tree. This must be the place.
I say as I open a treasure chest on top of a grave. I don't think that's considered
Could you
grave
really
robbing.
be buried here?
Correct me if I'm wrong.
There's something hidden among the roots. Let's see. This must be the registry.
Badbot Conservatory Registry of Bear Losses. Lithification, succumb to conditioning, lithification, emaciation, lithification, discipline, succumb to conditioning, lithification. Is lithification the curse? I know emaciation is
names.
hunger.
This place was a slaughterhouse. But where is the architect of all this misery?
Right there! Just guess what?
A matter of time, I suppose.
Fucking Akashic zombies.
This place is cursed.
Ow. Nice. Taken down. Heyo.
I'm done here. Let's get the registry back to Herman.
Not yet. We have another thing we have to do. Question is, how do we get to it? Tis indeed the real question.
Doris is waiting for me near Balmung Dock. The longer she's out in the open, the more likely she is to be found by Akashic. I need to hurry.
Joshua, you're not really helping. Okay, yep, we're going the right way now. I would rather not fight the bomb if I don't have to. Except now I have to fight this one. Oh, fuck you.
Too slow. Nice try.
Fuck you. Enjoy! Now there's another bomb. No, if we can just run, we're just gonna run. Doris!
There were no guards, I take it.
None manning the gates, no. It's a different story inside, though. The corridors are crawling with Akashic. Most likely guards left behind when the Wardens ran. If Chadwick was being held here, I worry that he may already be.
Don't give up hope just yet. But let's move quickly. Let me check the ground floor. The ether's thickest there.
Then I'll search the upper level. Good luck, Sid. Stay safe.
You should stay here and wait for me. Like, you don't think this is a trap?
Just how bad are the floods inside the walls? Bad enough to turn a bearer? I hope not. We're risking a lot just... Locked up tight.
Okay, well I don't have a key apparently. No, fuck this. Balmung Dart, writ of designation. Kingdom of Lude hereby designates this facility a prison for the detainment of bears, both foreign and domestic. The purpose of this facility is to rear and train a Kuza beast for deployment in the field. The aforementioned purpose is a matter of strictest secrecy. Oh no, any mention therefore is punishable by death. Captive bears have been provided solely for the pursuit of the aforementioned purpose. Express permission is required for use of bears in any other capacity.
So this place was no ordinary prison. And I doubt they'll have taken the creature with them when they fled.
Sharp fangs. And oh look, more guys who are gonna be down.
Stay down!
Inspecto. Recommendation concerning Kuza beast deployment. Kuza has long been recognized as an especially aggressive species. This being the case, it was hoped that successful deployment on the battlefield might be a means of inflicting heavy casualties on the enemy. In exercises conducted thus far, however, the beast has proven incapable of distinguishing between allied and enemy combatants. As such, deployment alongside regular site troops is not recommended. It is proposed instead that bearer captives be employed in order to draw enemy focus, and the beast then driven into the fray in order to achieve maximum benefit with minimum loss of Waluda lives.
Minimal loss of Waluda lives. And what happens when they run out of bearers? Even the Imperials take better care of their branded than that.
Well, but they would just capture more branded from places that they took over. I mean, sooner or later, they would have gotten it. Not defending him, just saying that's what they would have done. Memorandum on Kuza Beast feeding. Recent supply shortages left us with insufficient resources to feed the Kuza Beast entrusted to our care. Fortunately, the creature was observed to kill and consume the bearers assigned to fight beside it in a mock battle conducted as part of its training. The beast was further observed to enter a state of visible contentment upon feeding in this way, suggesting that live bears may even be its preferred source of sustenance, probably because they're rich with ether. While this behavior is unexpected, it is not unwelcome. Bears no longer of use for training purposes can now be repurposed as required.
They were feeding bearers to it. This is even worse than I'd feared. Nothing but a Akashic down here. Hopefully things are looking better upstairs. I should go and see how Doris is getting on.
Stairs. Hello, Akashic. Yes, Torgal. Yes, who's a good pooch? Okay. Treasure chest. Run, 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 run. Fuck you.
It's over.
Man, she did not do a great job, like, clearing this place out.
No luck downstairs. But I did find out that this place was more than just a prison. Something far more sinister was happening here.
I know. I've been reading some of these documents and... it can't be true, can it? Bearers die every day in service of their masters, but this is so much worse. Pitting bearers against a wild beast armed with nothing but their wits? And all in order to bring about more death. And not just those who could fight, but the elderly, children even. And those who wouldn't or couldn't were disposed of. Whatever that means.
I'm afraid it means they were fed to the monstrosity they kept here.
Then we're too late. And I was a fool to bring you here.
Don't say that. Did you find anything else?
A key. But it doesn't fit any of the locks on this floor.
Perhaps it will fit one of the doors downstairs. There's a corridor I haven't searched yet. Finish up here, then come and find me when you're ready.
All right. I'll be there in a moment.
Goaler's key. Or jailer's key. I never understand. Like, like that's just one of the words that I just don't get. Because like it's jailed. It's basically what the word is jail, but it's totally spelled wrong. It doesn't make sense. I hate words. Release the lock. Clicky click.
Let's see what we can find down here.
Oh no, I get the feeling I'm about to get chased by a big old beastie. Oh, because I'm right. Oh joy. Yakuza beast. Wait, what?
Survivor. And she sounds close.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Who are you?
There's no need to be afraid. Are you alone? Are there any other survivors?
Some of the guards. They're still here. But something's wrong with them. Everyone else was eaten by the monster.
Of course there were.
Thank the Founder.
It was worth our coming. But I'd rather we didn't linger. Are you ready?
Ready when you are. You poor thing. You must have been terrified.
Did Chadwick send you?
What?
He fought the monster. Distracted it so I could run away. He must have sent you. He promised to free the others too. Where is he? He opened your cell, didn't he? He wouldn't be here otherwise.
Chadwick.
Oh fuck.
Was that?
Monster's back! Chadwick, help!
We have to get out of here.
Doris, keep the girl safe.
All right. You put that bearer-eating bastard in the ground.
Fuck me. Oh, no.
You're safe now. We won't let it hurt you.
It's
out
a
there waiting for me.
goddamn
I
behemoth.
can't let it live. Not if it's got a taste for Barris.
Oh, I fucking hate you. Like, it's not as bad. Like, hopefully it's not as bad as King Behemoth, but still. Kuza Beast and rank. Okay, so probably not as bad. So I don't have to deal with like meteors and shit falling from the sky.
The beast will wreak havoc if it ever leaves the prison. I can't let that happen.
Ow. Come on. Okay, so he does have comment.
Let's try.
Damn. Heat Mega Flare. D. Stuff. Nice. Notorious Mark's Lane. Sweet. What did we get? What did we get? Behemoth Shackle. Okay. It was one of the items that I need. So I'll take it.
Finally.
Sid, are you hurt?
I'm fine. I think.
Where's the girl?
No.
What is it?
A diary. I gave it to Chadwick before we went our separate ways. He was here. Do you think that creature?
I'm
Probably.
sure he fought bravely to the last. The girl is safe thanks to him.
Chadwick. You fool.
Come on. We have to get her back to the hideaway. We don't want his sacrifice to have been in vain.
No. Of course not.
Besides, now you got the diary at the very least.
I'll see that she's looked after from now on. It's the least I can do.
No! I didn't want to come back. God damn it. Well, actually, I think that was the last quest there, so it works out, I guess.
From what I hear, you've barely left the girl's side in days. I hope she's recovering from her ordeal.
She is. Slowly but surely. She's far tougher than she looks. I thank the flames we found her. If we hadn't...
I know. But we did. I'm sorry we weren't able to save Chadwick.
There's no need to apologize. Without your help, I would never have found out what happened to him. How he fought to the bitter end to save her. To save Haida Marie. That's the man I remember. The man I thought of as a brother.
I wish I could have met him. I'd like to hear more about your past. If you don't mind, that is.
Of course. You already met my former master. She trained Chadwick and I to do two things. Kill and obey. We were supposed to be sold to the highest bidder when the time came. But no bid was ever high enough to convince her to part with us. For years, we were her daggers in the shadows. But we could never quite shake our doubts about the things she made us do. And then, one day, we just couldn't do them anymore. So we escaped. But staying together was out of the question. They would have found us too easily. After so many years of training, the pull to serve was always strong. It scared me to think he might have taken another master, become a dagger in someone else's hand.
But even in captivity, the battles he fought were his own. And he died not as someone's tool, but as a hero.
Haida Marie is proof of that. Bearers can cast off their shackles. And the Cursebreakers will show them how. I'll fight until my dying breath to see it done. For Chadwick, and for all of us.
Thank you, Doris. We'll be counting on you.
Cha-ching! Quest complete. Nobody's tool. Ooh. Reduces Gungnir cooldown time by 2 seconds. Nope, not doing any of that yet. We have other places to go. First to Northreach. I mean, we may as well. We'll do this quest and then this is the only one, right? And then whatever the freaking dame wants. Which, hopefully she's not too mad at me for, you know, inadvertently causing a giant crystal to appear in the sky.
Nazaire might at least have mentioned where in Northreach he'd be testing this recruit.
I'm nervous.
Well met, Sid. This is the Initiate. Ember, present yourself.
At your service, Master.
Please, just Sid. There are no masters here. Your life is your own.
Oh, of course. Thank you, Sid. The Sergeant says you'll be evaluating me at my trial.
To become a scout, yes. You are aware of the dangers inherent in that role.
I am. But I swore I'd face them. Just like the man who saved my life.
And who would that be?
Gav.
Gav. It was him who found me and freed me. No magic, no support, just one man and his nose. Came and sniffed me out. It taught me what one man can do if he puts his mind to it. And I've been training ever since, so that one day I can be someone's savior, just like Gav was mine.
I'm sure he'd be flattered. You
Oh,
clearly
he'd
have
be
good
more than a
intentions,
little flattered.
Ember. And it sounds like you're under no illusions. Stick to this path and you'll make a fine Cursebreaker.
So, what? Have I passed?
No.
You haven't even started yet. Now listen. Not far from here is an Imperial lookout, Eastwatch. The guards there record all their sightings in a logbook. You are to find it and bring it here.
And bring it here, right. Anything else?
No. Sneaking into a heavily guarded Imperial outpost and stealing the logbook would be quite sufficient. You'll need to assess the situation, determine a point of entry, create a distraction and effect an escape, all without being discovered and thrown into an Imperial oubliette.
Ember, Gav isn't our best scout because he can do everything. It's essential that you know your limits.
Know my limits, right. I won't let you down.
It shouldn't be as dangerous as I made out. But keep a weather eye on him all the same, would you?
On my way.
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure I had totally decimated Eastwatch.
Impress me.
Really?
Let's go.
You didn't move in front of me like you normally do? Alright, come on.
Run
Let's
like the
go.
wind.
Let's go, Ambrosia.
Time to fight.
Fuck you guys.
These are clean kills. Perhaps young Ember really is ready. Be safe.
No.
Or maybe not.
Ember is not ready.
Damn it. Ember, draw your sword!
I can't!
Then run! If you want him, you'll have to go through me.
Ow. And boom. Boom. There we go.
Ember, are you... Gone. Of course. Scouts really are a rare breed. Back to Northreach it is then.
Unless, wait, did that little punk actually use me as the distraction? I bet you he did.
I didn't expect you back so soon. Where is Ember? How did he fare?
I thought I'd find him with you. He must have fled. I followed him to Eastwatch, where I found him being set upon by a wild Avis. He was just standing there. Didn't even draw his sword. I had to step in and take care of things. But by the time I had, he was nowhere to be seen. I assumed he'd set off in your direction, but apparently not.
I'm sorry, Sid. I knew the boy had a nervous streak, but he seemed like...
The right man for the job?
Well, he had to get the
I
book.
believe this is the logbook you tasked me with retrieving.
How did you... Don't you tell me you breached the tower while Sid was busy saving your skin.
What? Wasn't that what you asked me to do?
That little
To bring the
shit.
thing back without getting caught?
He has you there, Nazaire. And he did it all on his own.
But Sid, he
did what he thought was best. And now I have to decide whether I agree.
Of course. We'll await your evaluation back at the hideaway. Don't you leave my sight.
Yes, Sergeant.
That freaking
This
shithead.
won't be an easy decision.
A fortress?
The garrison is threatening to
I
pull their
mean,
sentries from the market.
So long as he can work on his being able to escape part of nervousness, it'd be fine.
Saw the captain just now. Your town needs you.
Do you have a moment, Clive?
What is it?
It's the Duke, unsurprisingly. His Eminence has assumed full control of the garrison and put every able-bodied man to work on the fortifications. The town was left all but unguarded, so Philippe was compelled to form a citizens' watch to fill the void. And though my dear boys have been characteristically willing to assist him in this, they want for bodies. So I was wondering if you would lend them your strength, that the people of Northreach might sleep easier, if only for a few nights.
No, sure, we can do that.
Of course. Whatever you need.
Thank you, Clive. What would I do without you? Philippe told me he had men stationed at...
Where can I find the mistress of this establishment?
Here, my lady. To whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
My name is Sabine, and it is my displeasure to be the daughter of the Duke of Oriflamme, who I understand is causing you and your town no small amount of trouble. I wish to speak to you about what might be done.
Very well. Let us speak. I trust you'll forgive me, Clive.
Absolutely. Our conversation can wait.
Oh shit, I was right.
Proceed.
As you know, my father is a most overbearing and supercilious man, and I join you in objecting to his every action. Indeed, I owe you my thanks for continuing to argue against his reckless plans. Yet I fear he is not one to be swayed by reason. No. He must be made to face the consequences of his actions.
And who would make him do this?
I would. Myself and several other like-minded individuals. Were you to join us, we would surely have the strength to drive him from Northreach for good.
Does that not seem a trifle... drastic?
Drastic action is precisely what is called for. Unless you are content to see your people downtrodden and dispossessed.
I mean,
my father would have it that citizens exist only to serve the Empire. That they should be forced to make every sacrifice to ensure her revival. But he is wrong. It is not the people who must serve the Empire, but the Empire who must serve her people. He's always been like this. Scornful of the opinions of anyone he judged beneath him. But he cannot be allowed to ride roughshod over the common folk any longer.
damn, this
We
lady's got a
must fight
real...
By all possible means.
Fight him? No. My purpose is to quell the tension in Northreach, not to stoke it. Respectfully, my lady. Our only chance of saving this town depends upon every one of us uniting against our common enemy. Your father and his followers included. While I understand your frustrations, I cling to the hope that he may yet be won round.
False hope, I assure you. But I see that your mind is made up. I shall bother you no longer. If you will extend me the same courtesy, I bid you good day.
She certainly has spirit.
Indeed. But unfortunately for us, that spirit is only likely to harden the Duke's resolve, which may be enough to seal the fate of this town. Not that she cares. This is all about her and her father.
Families.
I'm sorry, where were we? Ah, yes. I was about to tell you of Philippe's plans for the town watch, but perhaps it's better that you heard them from him. I believe he's in the market, if you'd be so kind as to seek him out.
Right away.
Piece of cake.
It's just a pity I cannot join you. I'd like to see the two of you in action together.
Under new management, number 2.
Your town needs you.
What does the dame have to say about all this?
So you are content to abandon the... Please, I beseech you. If you are a true son of Northreach, you must fight to defend your home.
That's exactly what I am doing, milady. Or trying to, at least. The land is crawling with fiends, and someone has to keep watch.
Even when our true enemy is hiding in the garrison? Fine. You're not the only able-bodied man in Northreach. Thank you so much for your help.
God damn.
She cornered you too, then?
Could hardly get a word in edgeways. Like father, like daughter, eh?
She made an uninvited appearance at the Vale earlier, hoping to convince the Dame to join her in fomenting rebellion.
I bet that went well. Her ladyship seems to have a way with people. Anyway, what brings you here?
Our mutual friend thought you might welcome some help.
Oh, she did she? Right as always. In fact, you're just the man. We've had some reports, you see. Sightings of, you know what.
They're back.
Seems that way. All over, too. We haven't been able to confirm anything yet, but if you're willing, you could go and see what's what.
Right. Where should I look?
You know Grieger's Weep? One of the sightings places them somewhere on its shores.
I'm on my way.
Okay.
Thank you, Clive. I'll look into one of the other sightings. Let's rendezvous back here later.
Let's do it. Geometry, the ultimate bane.
Yeah!
Or that's exactly what it is. It is the bane of all existence.
Damn it. The reports were true. I need to stop them before they get to the town.
Well, come on, jerks. Somebody attack me.
Too slow.
Finally. There we go. Enemy slain.
Call that a test, Ultima?
Clive, it's me. You all right?
I am. But it seems the reports were true. The thralls have returned. I dispatched the few that I found, though.
Well, there's something, I suppose. But what were they doing south of town? They all came from the north last time. We might be able to fend off an attack from one side or the other, but from both?
Do you have eyes in the north?
Some. I should probably go and have a look, though, just to be sure. You head back to Northreach. I want you there just in case war breaks out while I'm away.
What do you mean?
Her ladyship's been busy working her magic on the townspeople.
Of course.
Stirring up ill feeling towards her father. She'll have her marching on the barracks if we're not careful.
What? This is exactly what the Dane was afraid of. I'll do what I can to calm things down. Be careful out there, all right?
Don't worry, I'm not like you. One sniff of those things and I'm running back to town screaming blue murder.
At least he's smart. Gotta give the man that.
Do you not see, Father? The people of Northreach have given enough, and only a fool would ask for more.
Listen to me, Sabine. Where would our people be without their country, hmm? The Empire is their sword and their shield. It is she that ensures they can live without fear. And now she teeters on the brink. Without their sword, how will the people fight? Without their shield, how will they protect their kin? Can the unarmed stand against the advancing hordes? No. But there is yet hope. A new shield, a new sword. A new empire. We can rebuild Sanbreque, just as Great Griga wills it.
Perhaps we could, Father. But we don't want to. Not if it is built on the broken backs of the people.
Please, let us not quarrel in the street. You must see that no good will come of this. Our fight is not with each other, but with the threat that draws ever closer to our gates. A threat that your sword has yet to rid us of, Your Eminence.
You will hold your tongue, whore. You may have filled my daughter's head with your heresy, but I will not be corrupted.
Corrupted? Your daughter's opinions are her own, as you would know if you had ever deigned to listen to her. At least I hope they are your opinions, and not posturing born of a family feud. Northreach deserves better than that.
Northreach deserves better than you, Carla. Yes, I know who you are. The slut of Twinside who bedded a Branded.
Jealous, are you? That a woman might choose a bearer over a pious man of Griga.
Clive! I met a swarm of thralls coming south from Oriflamme. Hundreds of them. Too many to count.
No. Work on the fortifications has scarcely begun. We will retreat to Caer Norvent and there make our stand. Did you hear me? That was an order.
So you would have them abandon their home.
While this is but a heartfelt plea, let us make our stand here and protect our homes. Protect those that we love. Together, for Northreach!
You heard the dame. What are we waiting for? Pikemen to the gates. Archers to the roofs. Quickly, come on!
But she is but a common...
Whore, yes. And we'd follow her to the gates of hell.
Common my ass. She's not common. She might be a whore, but she ain't fucking common.
The men have their orders, and they look like following them. I got them spaced out at regular intervals. Whichever direction the thralls strike from, there'll be someone there to meet them.
Thank you, Philippe. Rest assured, the people will play their part. The herbalist has donated her stock of medicines to me. Should any of your men be injured, take them to the Vale. We'll see to them there.
Thank you, milady. I will.
I'll play my part too. You still want for numbers. Unlike the enemy. I only hope I can go some way to evening the odds. Philippe, can I leave the south in your hands? I doubt the thralls by the lake were the last of their number.
Of course. I'll lead a party down that way so we don't get taken by surprise. What about you?
I'll make my way up the road to Oriflamme. I fought a few of these things. And while I can't promise to hold them all back, I should be able to thin the herd.
All right. But take care.
Thank you. Both
I
of you.
mean, 100 of them
when
we
it's
could
over.
probably take pretty
Till then,
easy.
madame.
Like, we've got some good AoE set up on our
When the
current
fighting
build.
begins, we can take refuge in the barracks.
Alright, you fuckers. Oh, excuse me. Again. No, I probably didn't need to get her, but whatever.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Here we are.
There are so many of them. Not for long.
Come on, fellas. Get in a nice little group for me. Come on, Torgal. Or Joshua.
Is it
That's okay,
over?
finish him.
No. It's only just begun.
Oh! Well, hi there, big fella.
Wake and win!
Nice try.
Boom. Boom.
That looks to be the last of them. I wonder how the others fared. Better hurry back
course.
to town. Come on, Torgal.
Like, at this point, you have to wonder if anybody was watching our fight being like, who the fuck is doing all that crazy shit?
Clive, it's good to see you.
And you. The road to Oriflamme is clear. How did you and your men fare?
Well, we ended up fighting for our lives down by the lake. Took a few nicks, but nothing the girls of the Vale can't put right.
Glad to hear it.
Well, it seems we've survived. For the time being, at least. I thank you both for answering the call.
You were right. And I was wrong. About everything. I had thought that the only way to unite the people was under the banner of Empire. That without a strong hand to guide them, they would drift apart. To be borne hither and yon by the eddying currents of fate. But you brought them together. Not by force, nor by the exercise of goddess-given authority, but by simply being one of them. By knowing what they feel, because you feel it yourself.
Our purpose was ever the same, Your Eminence. You were merely distracted by a loftier vision of empire and glory, while our eyes beheld matters closer to home.
You have the right of it again. As did you, Sabine. His radiance said it himself. Sanbreque is naught without her citizens. I forgot that. And I am sorry.
I'm sorry too, Father. I should never have taken things so far. I only wanted you to understand how the people felt. How I felt. But my anger got the better of me.
Do not blame yourself, my dear. This was my doing. I should have listened to you. To all of you.
Your Eminence, your Ladyship, I do not doubt that you came here with the best of intentions. But I believe the same could be said of us all. We all want safety, security, prosperity. Not just for Northreach, but for the entire realm. And we may yet achieve it. If only we work together. Will you join us in this?
Yes. We shall.
Thank you, Your Eminence. Now that that is settled, I must go see to the wounded. The Vale's doors are always open to any soldier in need of relief. And today there are more than ever before.
Madame Isabel is a rare soul indeed. In these dark times, I see that it is not men like me who should lead the realm, but women like her.
You're right. If only I'd listened to her when I had the chance.
Forgive me for saying so, milady, but you still do. The Dame said it herself. We can turn things around. We just have to work together. And that goes for you, too. You're one of us now.
One of you.
Well said, Captain. Let this be a new beginning. Not only for Sanbreque, but for us.
Well, since there's nothing more to be done here,
Clive's
I should see
like,
if Isabel
oh, I'm
needs any
just
help moving the
gonna
wounded.
go ahead and leave this little side thing before, you know, this Duke realizes who I am.
There's no need to worry
Because, honestly, I'm kind of surprised more people haven't figured it out.
Soldiers being carried to the Vale.
They'll be well taken care of, I'm sure.
How goes the treatment of the wounded? I'll be happy to man one end of a stretcher if it would help.
You've helped quite enough for one day, Clive. Thank you.
Don't mention it.
Oh, but I must. After all you've done for this town, it is the very least you deserve.
Tell me, if Northreach had fallen, what would you have done? A woman of your means could find a home anywhere in the realm, but I sense you would rather have died here.
It's a long story.
For you, madame, I have all the time in the world.
Very well. Long ago, I had a life in the Crystalline Dominion. I was Carla then, courtesan to the nobility. So sought after was I that it was only they who could afford my time. Alas, those halcyon days were not to last. For naive as I was, I fell in love with a bearer. He was my master's guard, the gentlest man I have ever known.
Oh, I thought it was going to be
After they
Sid.
discovered us together, he was whipped bloody and forbidden from ever looking at me again. And so we fled. Not that we had anywhere to flee to. We wandered, aimless and starving, half dreading, half praying that the next day would be our last. Until we found ourselves here, in Northreach. It was the Vale that took us in, that fed us, clothed us, and healed our hurts. Those that could be healed, at least. My love was already too far gone.
He passed away.
He did. Not long after we arrived. But at least we were able to share a few moments of peace before the end. It was the greatest gift I have ever received. But the generosity of this town and her people did not end there. The men and women of the Vale supported me through my grief. Shared in it, though I was still a stranger to them. They treated me like a sister. And so I swore that I would always do the same. That I would return the kindness that Northreach showed me. That I would repay my debt to the Vale.
I'd say you've come along the long way there.
Sharing this with me.
You're a lot like him, you know. Perhaps that is why I have such a soft spot for you. Never stop fighting, Clive. And I shan't either. I know that it will not be easy to keep Northreach together. But our efforts will be rewarded. Just look at us now. The people, the soldiers, even the Duke of Oriflamme and his daughter. All united in defense of this town that we have come to call our home. And what of you? Can we count on your support too?
Always.
Vale signboard. The emblem of the Vale, Northreach's far-famed house of ill repute. The town is the gateway to the imperial capital, Oriflamme, where waves of old money and new lap against the opposing sides of the Great Wall. And we got another orichalcum. Tis important. Actually, while we're doing all this shit to begin with, so one more piece of orichalcum. Uno más. Uno mas. Boop. Boop. Double check here really quick. New hunt boards, but technically I fought a Notorious Mark. So it's probably just that. So to Bucklat then. The fudge? Where? Why are you? Why are you all the way over there?
Two.
Papa?
What is it? Oh, please.
I'm scared.
Oh, okay. For a second there, I honestly thought it was above Zemeckis.
Just looking at it's enough to see.
But apparently not.
Ready, go? Fly, Ambrosia.
So if he has all the power though, like that's one thing I still don't understand.
Time to fight.
It's like, how can I become Mythos, his most perfect vessel, if I'm missing a chunk of the plan, which is Leviathan? Unless he like reabsorbed Leviathan? Like that's the only question mark I'm really having.
It can't be Rutherford, can it?
Turncoats and cowards, the lot of you! If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you shall have!
Allow me.
I don't need your... Please, Field Marshal, oblige him.
This won't take long.
You're right. It won't. Men, finish him.
Oh, you guys are fucked. You're all close enough for a tornado. And then my fiery tornado of death. Fuckers. I love it when a plan comes together.
A little longer than I'd have liked. Field Marshal Havel, I presume. Are either of you injured?
No, my lord. You arrived just as our escort turned on us.
Fucking traitors. I'd heard reports of soldiers in the outlying regions abandoning the oaths they swore. But I hadn't thought the corruption had reached so close to the heart of the Republic. It's a fucking disgrace. Your interfering old bastard of an uncle tried to warn me, of course. My lord Marquis. Or is Sid the Outlaw more to your liking?
Call me what you want. Doesn't change who I am, or the urgency of the message I bring. My uncle has a plan to right the realm, and he needs your help to see it through.
Before I agree to anything, I'd have you answer one question. What do you stand to gain from all this?
I won't deny that I might benefit from further chaos. But I seek a new beginning for all of us. And while the choices I've made may not always have been the right ones, I know I made them for the right reasons. For so long, so many of us have been told how we could live, how we could die, when it should have been our decision all along. Now we have a chance to put things right. But in order to take it, we must stand together. Even if it be beside those with whom we don't see eye to eye.
Certainly not the words I expected from an outlaw. But perhaps your uncle was right. You are no ordinary outlaw. I'll never hear the end of this. All right. I'll start by ordering my most trusted guard to bring the Dhalmekian fringes under control. Next, I'll make contact with my counterparts in the Imperial Army and see if I can't convince them to try and restore order in their own territory.
Thank you, Field Marshal.
But they are not the only ones we will need to convince.
What do you mean?
I don't doubt that I can bully some sense into a few generals. But those they answer to require a different kind of persuasion. And when it comes to honeyed words, well, we will need an envoy. One who can court even the most stubborn of statesmen.
No,
perhaps.
not me.
I'm flattered. But I'm no diplomat either. And I have other problems to attend to. What we need is a skilled arbitrator. And I may know just the person.
Is that so? And would he happen to be an outlaw too?
Of a different kind, perhaps.
Well, beggars can't be choosers. I suppose we'll all have to find a little of the outlaw in ourselves if we're to make it through this. Very well. Send your man to me right away.
I shall.
Oh, Uncle Byron.
My Lord Marquis. Your Lord Uncle bade me escort the Field Marshal to his manor in Port Isolde.
And I will see that my associate joins you there.
Very good, my lord.
I mean... Okay, maybe not Uncle Byron. Who the fuck are we gonna send?
An envoy. I'm not sure I'm the man to talk anyone round. I can barely convince my brother to take his medicine. No. This is a job for someone with experience. Someone like Quentin.
Oh!
I hope I can convince him at least.
I mean, it's not a terrible idea. Wait, except where's Quentin now? Like, there's an Aether Flood going on. Okay, so he is up this way. I was like, oh wait, whoops, I forgot. There's an Aether Flood happening in Lost Ring right now. I wonder if to clear out the Aether Floods, I wonder if you could take crystals, use them to reabsorb the ether. Yeah, I know, I think way too realistically about shit.
Quentin, I have a proposal for you.
Do you now? Something tells me you'll be asking more of me than a cask of Gotand gold.
Yep.
Go on then. Propose.
Oh, we're asking for a lot more.
You'd have me convince the chiefs and chamberlains of the realm that they should simply swallow their pride and do the one thing that has proved impossible for thousands of years. Was there anything else? Perhaps I can fetch you a meat pie as well.
I know it's a lot to ask, but I can think of none better suited to the role.
And you'd have me give up what little I have left to do it. I told you, Clive. The people of Lostwing are my family, and I cannot abandon them. You'll have to find someone else.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So am I.
And why might that be?
What he's asking. How's it any different to what you've done so far? They want you to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. That's what you do best. If it's the vineyard you're worried about, we'll see that the grapes are picked and the tons filled. You know we will.
It's not that.
Then what is it? You said yourself we're family. Don't you trust us?
You know that's not what I'm...
Then what are you saying? That only we are worth saving? Why turn your back on everyone else? You convinced us we could build new lives for ourselves, and if you can do that, who's to say you couldn't convince the entire realm?
A stirring argument. I fear that any rejoinder I make might fall somewhat flat by comparison.
So you'll join us?
Where do you need me?
Field Marshal Havel will want to speak with you in person. He's currently in Port Isolde. I can arrange for a party of Cursebreakers to accompany you there.
That would be very much appreciated. I hear the roads are far from safe these days.
Hopefully not for long. My uncle will want to know that his plan is taking shape.
At least one... Dravsold, Dalamil Inn, Old Hill Docks. We've got two things at Port Isolde. So we'll just go ahead and start at the right again and just keep working our way there. So to Tabor. Oh shit, one of these is Father's Will. I just remembered that. And holy fuck, this is gonna... Like, this whole stream is gonna be these side quests. Little ridiculous, if I do say so myself. Oh, excuse me.
Your Grace, my lord, I trust your journey was not overly onerous.
Cyril, you found a letter from Father?
Yes, I have it here. If you would do us the honor, my lord.
My beloved sons, I know that I ask much of you in this coming war, but I see no other way to secure a future for our duchy and our family. Yet even should we succeed in subduing the savages and winning back Drake's breath, the threat of the Blight still looms, and only with all of Rosaria striving as one might we at last overcome it. I have made plans to see us through, but such are the obstacles that stand in our way, it shall likely fall to you to continue my work. I know that you have the strength, the courage, and the will to do so. This shall be an arduous inheritance, and so I offer you another, that you might be reminded of the love and the faith that I hold for both of you, your father.
An inheritance?
It would seem the late Archduke penned this missive shortly before his passing.
The day before we left for Phoenix Gate.
What are these plans he spoke of?
His plans for the duchy, your grace. Your father entrusted them to my predecessor, the former bearer of the Burning Quill. who entrusted them in turn to me. The complete emancipation of bearers is their stated aim. But your father's dream did not end there. His Grace also spoke of building hospices to care for those stricken by the curse.
Holy shit.
And the founding of a new university to further the development of non-magical technologies. With the blight spreading ever more widely across the Twins, Archduke Elwyn saw this as the only means of securing Rosaria's survival.
He wished to see men and bearers treated as equals. To see centuries of common wisdom overturned. Small wonder he did not think it achievable within his lifetime.
But he thought it achievable nonetheless. Had he not, he would never have written this message. Nor would he have entrusted his vision to his most faithful aides. Those who would have stood with you, shielded you from the machinations of the less benevolent personages at court.
It's a pity only they are still with us.
'Tis true that those most loyal to your father were the first to suffer the Duchess's wrath. But one at least remains, and she has come bearing gifts.
What do you mean?
Mayhap it is better that she explain, my lord. After all, the duties entrusted to me by my predecessor extended only to recovering His Grace's will and arranging a meeting with the one who might execute it, or a part of it at least.
And where is this woman?
She awaits you in the archive, Your Grace.
Thank you, Cyril. Shall we then?
Well, I guess we shall. Hold on. Don't exit the thing. You exited the thing. I want you to exit the thing. You should go this way.
Lord Marquis, if you have a moment.
What is it, Cyril?
One of our brethren lately journeyed across the strait in order to pursue a new avenue of inquiry in our ongoing
God
investigation.
damn it, I'm going to have to go back to Blue.
He sent an owl some while ago, but we have heard naught from him since.
Was he surveying another fallen ruin?
No. The object of his study was a savior cult that has arisen in Ash in recent years. We believe it may have some connection to the Circle of Malleus, an ancient religion that worshipped Ultima as its god. By gaining an understanding of this new faith, we hoped to learn more of the Circle's original beliefs.
And so you sent one of your brothers to Ash? A continent teeming with orcs and Akashic?
Fully cognizant of the risks, yes. I entrusted the mission to one of the most able of our order, the Third Chair, a master of the arts of combat and survival both. Though he has been silent for some days now, I have thus far refrained from sending any others in search of him, lest they be lost in turn. Yet, it seemed only right to inform you of the situation, given your unique experience of the perils of Ash. For as you so earnestly advised me, it would not do to abandon a man to his fate, when he might yet be saved.
I mean,
It would not.
he's throwing it right
Ash is
back
a
at
big
you,
place.
Clive.
Can you be any more specific?
Perhaps. The last owl I received from him mentioned a village where he had heard the cult were wont to assemble. Mickleburg was its name. It lies in the southern reaches of Waloed. If aught ill befell him, I expect it did so there.
Right. I'll see what I can do.
You are much too kind, my lord. Go then, with my hopes, and may the Firebird's flame ever burn in your heart.
I love the fact that he just threw that shit right back at Clive.
If this new faith really is an offshoot of the Circle of Malleus, then...
Let's concentrate on finding the Third Chair first, shall we?
The fuck? Like where? Oh, okay. So up this? Yes, up this. Aha! I found a quest marker. Cyril's guest.
My lord, your grace. I hardly recognize you. I am Goditha, retainer of House Rosfield, loyal servant to the Phoenix and his shields. Your father, the Archduke Elwyn, entrusted me with the delivery of a gift. I only hope you can forgive my tardiness in bringing it to you.
Lift up your head, Lady Goditha. You have our gratitude for your service to our house and to our father.
I merely did my duty, as any proud Rosarian would.
My lady, perhaps you could explain a little more? What exactly is the gift you bring?
As I'm sure you know, it has long been the custom for the children of House Rosfield to be presented with certain keepsakes upon their coming of age.
Indeed it has. Our father often spoke of the day when our turn would come.
And had he lived to see it, he would have presented you with the treasures I bear. Matching armbands for you both. Alas, he did not live. Indeed, he was taken from us even before they could be completed. He had intended to claim the Heartstone with which each armband was to be finished himself, but it was not to be. And his gifts remain incomplete.
I see.
It saddens me to bring them before you, as they are. It was your father's wish that you be presented with the finished articles, not these works in progress. But with his grace long since gone, and the stone left unclaimed, I had little choice. You are grown men now, and his house is yours. And while I would not presume to insist upon your claiming the Heartstone in his stead, I know that nothing would have pleased him more than for you to do so.
Thank you, Lady Goditha.
What say you, Clive?
What
All right,
else?
we're gonna go do it.
Of course, my lady. May our father's will be done.
Oh, I am much obliged.
Do you know where we might find this Heartstone, my lady?
I do. Though it may be a matter of a good deal more than simply happening upon it.
Oh, crap.
It is found in the bellies of elder griffins, you see. We do at least know where to find one. A certain specimen has made its nest in Titan's Wake, not far from here.
A certain specimen?
You are most perceptive, Your Grace. In answer to your unspoken question, yes. In fact, this is the very same beast your father meant to slay. I have been tracking its movements since you were but a boy. Were you to slay it in his stead, as men of House Rosfield, it would surely make your father proud.
What say you, Joshua?
Oh.
What else?
Guess I'm gonna go take on a big-ass griffin.
Titan's Wake is to the south of here. But we must not be hasty. The good lady has been disappointed once already.
You're not wrong about that, actually. Item shop. Let's actually restock on potions a little bit.
Welcome, welcome.
Here we go.
A fine choice. Anything else? Of course.
There we go.
Take care.
Not that way. Go this way. And since it's on our way to Drevoch, well, kind of on the way. Let me ride my chocobo. Guess him up with the greens and let him go. Stand back, step clear, but you put on the show. So cute yet fierce, yet sad to die. Can't even tell if you don't even want to know.
Quiet.
I fucking love that song so much. Nah, fuck you guys.
Nice. Heal Joshua.
Uh-huh. Simurg. I feel like I've fought this
Stray home now.
Previous games.
There it is. For House Rossfield.
Holy shit. He's a big tornado. Mega flare.
Nice try. Slow.
And down for the count. Now, do I have to go back to the town? No, I don't have to go. Yes, I probably have to go back.
Is this the Heartstone?
I expect Lady Godotha will know.
Oh, fine. We'll go back to the town first. Damn it. I was hoping to avoid too much back and forth. Urge, not there. Up this way.
Oh, thank the Founder you were safe. The Griffin is slain then?
And the Heartstone claimed.
There you go. Do your thing and give us cool shit.
Yes. This radiant luster like frozen flame. It is just as your father described it. Thank you, my lord. Your Grace. Your father would be so proud.
Lady Goditha, the lapidary is ready.
Thank you, Cyril. I will be with him shortly. If you would excuse me, I shall have the stone cut and set forthwith.
Well, okay then.
The armbands are complete. Pray, take them. They are yours, after all. Heartstone is harder and more enduring than garnet, or even ruby. It symbolizes unwavering will and devotion. And the graven vines encircling the stone represent the unbreakable bonds between you.
It's a message. Father knew we had enemies both inside and outside the duchy. Enemies who would thwart his vision. Only with unwavering devotion would it ever be realized.
And only if we stood together, as Phoenix and Shield, as brothers in arms. Only then might those enemies be overcome.
Indeed. His Grace knew the enormity of the task he would entrust to you, his heirs. But this was more than just a message. It was a promise. That he would always be with you.
Thank you, Lady Goditha, for remaining the steadfast custodian of our father's will.
Forgive me, my lady, but there is something I don't quite understand. The Undying told me that after Father died, Mother claimed all of the ducal treasures for her own. Even if the armbands were incomplete, she would surely not have overlooked them. So, how were you able to keep them from her?
Because I was the keeper of the vault. Though I was but a lowly servant, your father spoke to me of his intentions for the bands, of the deep love he had for both of you, and his hopes for your future. In the days before the disaster at Phoenix Gate, I discovered that the Duchess had ordered her jewelry be sent away from the castle. It was then that I knew she meant to betray us. I tried to warn your father, but it was too late. When word of the fire reached Rosalith, I knew my time was short. So I took up the armbands and I fled into the night.
And thank the Founder you did.
Yet my duty to your father was incomplete. Not knowing what else to do, I followed the Griffin, thinking I might claim the Heartstone on its passing. And so my pursuit continued, until Lord Cyril appeared before me. He informed me that His Grace's will had been recovered, and that his sons were alive and well.
Lady Goditha, on behalf of my father and all the people of Rosaria, I thank you for your loyal service.
As do I.
Thank you, my lord. Your Grace, for coming back to us. For giving my service meaning.
The Founder's Grasp.
The bands suit you well. It must be gratifying to finally receive the inheritance that was denied you for so long.
It is. And we thank you for the part you played, Cyril.
If you would permit me to play my part a little longer, might I suggest that you make your way to your father's memorial atop Hawk's Cry Cliff? Let him see that you have received his blessing, and that his vision lives on in you.
I suppose it would be churlish not to. What do you say, Clive? Should we pay Father a visit?
I think we should. I was hoping to be able to offer him my thanks before we left for Origin.
Your father's helm is enshrined there. It has been since the day we recovered it from Phoenix Gate. I prithee claim it. For it too is a part of your inheritance, and I do not doubt that your father would prefer it in your hands than perched upon some lonely rock.
Thank you, Cyril. Come on, Clive. He's waiting.
Okay. So now we'll go to Drevoj, and then run over there to that spot, and then we'll go over to Dallarville. Because that's gonna be a thing. God damn it. Clive, get on your chocobo.
Yeah.
Yeah, mule.
No holding back. Here we are again. Karava. If you were a tortoise, Torgal, where do you hide? Looks like we found him. Let's try.
Lost. Flames of rebirth. And game. And boom. So now we got our adamantoid shell. Ayo.
If Mid needs another, she can come and get it herself.
Damn straight she can come get it herself. Alright. Let's see what he frickin' needs now. The boar? Or not? Yeah, he's actually still in town.
Here to help me pack? Thanks, but I'll be traveling light. I'm almost finished already, in fact.
You're really going to go through with this, then?
I am. But before I go, there is one small issue I'd like your assistance with. Well, two, in fact.
If it's within my power to help you, I will.
It's the children. I refuse to let them share in my disgrace. And if I leave them here, they surely will. Our friendship would see them ostracized forever. But I can't take them with me either. I can think of only one place where they are certain to be safe and provided for and loved. The Hideaway.
Why don't you come to the Hideaway?
Of course. The children would be more than welcome.
Thank you, Clive. I will not forget this.
Lubor, are you still here?
What is it, Ferda? You look pale.
There's been a flood in the Velcroy, a damn big one. The League of Outlaws encampment was completely submerged in ether.
What?
Every last one of the bastards has turned, and they're headed this way.
Bandits are one thing, but Akashic bandits are quite another. The town guard won't stand a chance against them. We need to evacuate. There's no time to lose. Ferda, gather the men. The Akashic may strike at any moment. We must make ready to cover the townspeople's escape. Well, what are you waiting for?
Yes, my lord.
Clive, change of plan. Children, stay with me for now. I need you to find Conrad and Natalie. Tell them to prepare for a full and immediate evacuation.
Understood.
I'll do what I can to convince everyone else. Wish me luck.
You have to listen to me. They're coming.
Why do they always have to make such a...
Huh? What's the commotion?
Ah, it's you.
What do you want, Lord Underhill?
To pass on an important message. There's been an ether flood out in the Velcroy. The camp where the so-called League of Outlaws were gathering has been swallowed. They're no longer just bandits. They're Akashic now, and they could be here at any moment. You need to begin preparing for a full-scale evacuation right away.
Oh, do we? And who was it who gave you this disturbing news, might I ask?
Lubor, perhaps? The man spreading the same poison out in the square as we speak. You may believe his lies, my lord, but we know better.
Oh my
Why would he lie
god.
about something like this?
Some twisted attempt at revenge, perhaps. If he had not been unmasked, he may well have been elected our leader. A great honor for one of his kind. One he might well feel aggrieved at having been denied.
Lord Underhill, forgive me, but it has become all too evident where your sympathies lie. Lubor cannot be trusted, and neither, therefore, can you.
You may not trust me, but for the sake of your people, ask yourselves if there is any chance that this is true.
There isn't. You can be certain of that. Now be off with you.
Wow.
You're
Fuck it,
making a
let him
mistake.
die. Let him fucking die.
Come, Clive. If our words will not move them, then we must find another way to help save the town.
Right. Let's speak to Lord Ferda.
Where is Ferda? Ferda is that way.
I think we'd better shut up.
What's Lubor raving about now?
Lord Ferda.
Sid, what's wrong?
I went to warn Conrad and Natalie about the Akashic, but they wouldn't listen. They've convinced themselves that nothing Lubor says can be trusted.
The bloody fools.
Which means the town guard can't be counted on for support. But I can. If there's anything I can do to help you defend Dalamil, you only have to ask.
I appreciate it.
Sid! Ferda! I've been looking for you everywhere.
Victor? I thought you'd left.
I couldn't abandon a friend in need.
And Lubo is in need at this very moment. Come quickly.
You have to believe me. The Akashic are coming. They don't eat, they don't sleep, they don't tire, and they don't care who they kill. They're unlike anything that's come before. There will be no parley, no mercy granted. We may have saved the town once, but this is different. I do not ask that you forgive me, but please believe me. If you do not run, you will die. You will all fucking die!
You'd like that, wouldn't you, bearer?
Yeah, with us out of the way, your kind will be free to claim Dalamil for yourselves.
You should run!
Run, bearer!
Yeah, run! Far, far away!
Like I said, fuck them. Let them die. Take the 2 kids and anyone who's sympathetic and just get the fuck out.
Lubo, wait. Someone's coming.
Stop! You're hurting him! What did Lubor ever do to you? He solves all your stupid problems, and he keeps all of you safe. You know there's nothing he wouldn't do for this town. Who was it who made that cleaver you use every day, Conrad? And what about your counting table, Natalie? Who fixed that? Whose men make sure the streets are clean so all your boots don't get dirty? Who spends all day, every day making sure things run smoothly around here? And none of you ever say thank you. Ever. But did Lubor ever complain? Well, does he ever stop smiling? He keeps this whole place going. And you act like it doesn't even exist.
Way to go, fuckheads.
Lubor, we have heard enough.
Wait!
We will not run. The town guard will not abandon the very place it is sworn to protect.
And I will not give up for lost the stores that we labored so hard to fill.
So tell us, how do you propose we deal with these Akashic of yours?
We won't run, but we will fight.
All right, then. Fine. Gather around if you don't want to die.
Although I still think we should let them fight the Akashic by themselves for a while. I mean, we'll save the town, but
allow me to explain the situation. The ether flood occurred near the village of Cheratina, deep in the Velcroy. The place had been abandoned for years, until the League of Outlaws decided to make it their base of operations. Now they're all turned, and if the scouts' reports are correct, heading in this direction.
They are mindless monsters, driven only by hate and rage. And they are utterly unpredictable. With the bandits, we at least knew how and where they were likely to attack. When these creatures come, Dalimil will have the bitterest fight it has ever faced on its hands. The town guard will muster at the north gate. The rest of us will take the south. Both forces will provide men to serve as scouts and messengers, ready to spread word of the size and nature of the Akashic Force as soon as it is spotted. And as soon as it has been, we will converge on its position and see that it is driven back from Dalimil at all costs. Conrad, can I count on the support of the town guard?
Always.
Not always, you
I leave the
fucker.
selection and coordination of the messengers in your hands, Victor. And the command of our men in yours, Ferda. If you would both be so kind.
Consider it done. As you wish.
Natalie, I would ask that you and your people have the townsfolk barricade themselves inside the bathhouse. And tell the merchant not to waste time securing anything beside the essentials. Preserving life is our one and only concern. As long as we survive, it doesn't matter what trinkets we might lose. Our riches can be regained. And if anyone doubts that, let it be known that the Briar's Kiss stands ready to cover any losses.
Very well. I shall tell them.
Where do I fit into this plan?
Where else but the most perilous place of all? I would like you to travel to the home of our erstwhile League of Outlaws, Cheratina itself. The main host is most likely still there, and Dalimil will not be safe until it is eradicated, root and branch.
A little gardening. How pleasant.
I doubt it. I have a feeling these weeds will be particularly stubborn.
Luckily, so am I.
So you are. All right then, we all know what we have to do. Now it's simply a matter of doing it. For Dalimil.
Fuck you guys.
Looks like everyone's ready. I'd better not keep them waiting.
Come, everyone, to the bathhouse.
Oh, nice. I can just teleport right up there. That's actually fucking wonderful. Fucking wonderful.
There it is. The flood.
But what's waiting for us inside?
Well, Akashic, duh. Okay.
I needed that.
Pop that.
We can't leave a single one alive.
Okay, so aerial burst is going to take a while to come back. I would rather just have everybody focus on the big fucker. And done.
The League is disbanded. I should get back to Dalimil and see how the others fared.
The League is disbanded. You know what? I'm totally down with that. That's a great line. Good little one-liner.
All the Akashic we were able to find have been dealt with. Seems that might be the last of them.
Last of them here, perhaps.
Lubor, Sir Clive has returned.
Clive! What news from Charatina?
It's done. Root and branch.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Thank you, my lord.
Friends, the Horde has been driven back. The Akashic have been defeated. And we need not fear the arrival of any more, thanks to Clive. Victory is ours.
We bloody did it!
We saved Dalimil.
Lubor, allow me to apologize. After all you have done for this town, we should never have doubted you.
But we did. And for that we are truly sorry. We only hope that you can forgive us.
We need you, Lubor. Dalimil needs you. So, if you would still like to be considered for the position of mayor, you have our backing.
I don't know.
You do remember that I'm a bearer, don't you?
We do. But that is not a stain on your character. It is a stain on ours. We thought only of what we perceived bearers to be, not what you truly are. The man who saved Dalimil twice over.
I see. But I will only accept your proposal on 2 conditions.
Name them.
Firstly, that you will both do everything in your power to rally your people to my cause. If the Town Guard and the Merchants League do not accept my leadership, it will be doomed from the start. Unity is the key to defending Dalimil, and I do not doubt that we shall need to call on our combined strength again. When that time comes, I will expect us all to pull together, just as we did today.
Of course. You have our word.
Get that shit in writing,
And
Lubor.
secondly, you will accept that if I am to lead you, the mistreatment of bearers must end here in Dalimil. Any bearer within our walls shall be afforded the same rights as any other citizen. They will not be judged by what they are, but who they are.
As we failed to do, and came so close to losing everything.
We agree to your conditions. And we have only one in return. That you continue to work for the good of Dalimil, as you always have.
Condition accepted.
There you go, kids.
Well then, it seems my mayorship is all but confirmed. Do I get some sort of special hat?
No, Lubor, you don't get a special hat. Maybe a pin, though.
How fickle fate can be. Not so long ago, I had resigned myself to leaving Dalimil in disgrace. And now, I find myself her leader. Here. For everything.
Alright, Calcum. Give me the orc, Calcum.
Give it. About the children.
Fear not, you are of course relieved of your responsibility. I would sooner face another horde of Akashic than see them brought up as outlaws.
Wow.
I'll make sure
you.
they're safe here.
I don't doubt that you will. And not just the children, but everyone in Dalamel.
I'll do my best. Can't have all your hard work going to waste.
That's very true. The hell? Okay, they're just gonna sit there and do whatever, I guess. Briar's Kiss signboard. Ooh. Just cool time. Wow, if I could launch Impulse even more, that'd actually be a little insane. Because its recharge time is already, like, pretty stupid quick. No, I'm gonna go over that. Yeah, I guess we may as well frickin' go back to Waloed and deal with that shenanigans. Jerks. Eastla. Going that. Oh! So that's how we get to that little blocked off area. Well, luckily, what do we have here? It's a potion.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Don't worry about the tarantulas. God dang it. Do not get stuck on geometry. We shall run, and we shall make it. Perch. Right here.
Might this be Mickelberg?
Built inside a fallen ruin. Oh shit. This isn't gonna go well.
These people aren't turned. And the village seems safe enough at least.
No, it's not. This place ain't safe. There's no way this place is safe.
What is going on here?
Ah, did you too heed the call?
Heed the call? No, I came here looking for someone. To be honest, I wasn't sure I'd find him here. Let alone all of you.
Is that so?
What are you doing here? Is this where you live?
It is my home. The others, they heeded the call.
You keep saying that. What do you mean?
They came here to perform the rite, just as King Barnabas instructed. This village is their altar, where they shall cast their souls upon the gentle waters and give themselves to the Lord.
Give themselves?
Oh, Lord, cleanse us of our sins.
Oh, shit.
Let us be reborn in your loving arms.
Free us from the torment of this mortal realm.
They want to be saved. Forgive me, but did another foreigner like me come here? He was probably wearing a cowl.
You mean the traveler from Storm? Yes. He's staying at my house, toward the rear of the village.
Thank you. If you don't mind, I'll go and greet him.
They seek the same salvation Barnabas did. At least the third chair still lives. Let's go and find him.
I'm freaking worried. And he's at the house. Doesn't say he's alive. There's difference. Okay, but he is actually alive.
Excuse me. Are you with the Undying?
I am. And so it would appear, are you? Lord Rosfield, if I am not mistaken.
That's right.
Good, someone who
You must be the
recognizes
third
me.
chair.
I am.
Cyril was worried for your safety. He sent me to find you.
Then I must apologize. I did not mean to trouble the bearer of the burning quill. Much less you, my Lord Marquis.
He said that you had failed to report. Is there a reason for that?
I came here to study the followers of this new faith. But the more I learned of them, the more my own faith began to falter. You have seen them at their prayers, have you not? They devote themselves to the veneration of their Lord with a fervor I have never seen
Which is
before.
not necessarily a good thing.
Praying night and day that they might be rid of their wicked wills and reborn in their Saviour's light. Not that they might be granted respite from their worldly woes, but so that they might continue to serve him. Serve him with all of their beings. I, too, swore to devote my life to the service of my Lord and Master, but this... 'tis different. It is more. And so I would see it through to the end. See these people safe, that they might achieve their dream. That they might do their duty to their Lord. Even if it should keep me from doing my duty to mine.
You do understand what their dream is, don't you?
I do, my lord. They would cast aside their wills and become Akashic. I know that it may be hard to believe, but to these people, that is the very essence of salvation. Forgive me, my lord, but I must remain here. If you are to return to Master Cyril, I would consider it a great...
Too late. They just turned to Akashic.
Did you hear that, my lord? Something is happening.
I'll go and find out what. Stay here.
Either that or I have to fight another dragon. Oh no, an ether flood.
An ether flood. Oh no. There must be something I can do. Echoes as well. Found her.
Oh shit, we're about to take over their faith.
What now?
Oh. A fire giant.
We meet again. I've killed your kind before.
Oh. Oh shit.
Let's try.
Ah, it's only a level 2. Of course he's got a lot of health. Nice, there we go. Fallen Iron. Sweet, I think I needed that.
Damn it.
Oh, come on, dude.
Don't you die. Come on, speak to me.
I had to save them, that they might have a chance to find true salvation. By devoting themselves to the service of their Lord. Just as I did when the Undying plucked me from the gutter and gave me a cause to believe in. A duty to serve was everything to me. and I would not deny them that fulfillment, even if they must become a Kashyyyk in order to achieve it. Forgive me, my Lord Marquis. I did not mean to trouble you.
You're supposed to be a pretty decent warrior. Why didn't you just parry the blow?
Would you deliver them to Master Cyril for me?
Of course. Your duty will be done.
Look, my lord. They are saved.
Not really, because now they're going to try to kill me. Maybe. They're not. Huh. Weird. I don't know. I will never understand that thought process. Well, I can understand it, but I can never agree with that thought process.
They are saved. Founder. I should get this report to Cyril.
They're not saved, per se. They just don't feel suffering anymore. Just kind of a shitty way to be saved, in my opinion.
My Lord Marquis, welcome back. I am glad to see you hale and whole.
I met with your third chair, Cyril. He bade me deliver his findings to you.
Thank you, my lord. He remained in Ash?
He died protecting the villagers from an echo. I buried him in Mickelberg. I'm sorry that I couldn't save him.
If you could not save him, no one could.
The villagers, they were believers in this savior cult. They prayed to their god that they might be unburdened of their wills. Then an Aetherflood came, and their wish was granted. Your brother sacrificed himself that they might live, even knowing that that life was death by another name.
Then he perished defending liberty. A hero's end.
That is true.
For the right to choose how one dies is no less sacred than the right to choose how one lives.
Sid would agree. He wanted to build a world where people could die on their own terms.
A noble ambition. To die for one's cause is the most perfect expression of one's faith. It matters not how misguided others might judge one's decision to be. Only that the decision is one's own. We live according to the teachings of our order. We believe in them, we protect them, and yes, we die for them. For better or worse, that is our creed.
But he didn't die for your creed. He died to save them. And you still believe that what he did was right.
I believe that he believed it was. We of the Undying are not slaves, but willing servants. And this was his will. The ultimate expression of it.
All right. I'd like to know this man's name, Cyril. To know the names of all the Undying who've fallen in the line of duty. They died serving my house. It's only right that I remember them. That is my duty.
Of course. I shall fetch the Book of Martyrs at once. My lord, it has been, and shall ever be, the greatest honor of my life to serve
House Rosfield. Though our duties may differ, yours is no less important. I pray with all my heart for your success. And were they here, I have no doubt but that every one of my fallen brothers and sisters would feel the same.
You know what? Yes, we got our final Orichalcum. Nice. Got it. I don't think I'm gonna have enough time to do all the quests. Like, jeez, man. I really was not expecting this to be this much. Oh! Shit, I'd already been there.
Let's go.
Like, quite literally, I remember exploring over here.
Unwavering will and an unbreakable bond. Do you really think we're strong enough?
To save the world? Of course. To have overcome Father's political enemies. Of that I'm less certain. Especially knowing what we know now. What Mother was truly capable of. But perhaps these bands would have helped. Knowing he was with us would have made all the difference.
It's just like that.
I was like, why is it pointing me off way the hell over there? But this makes more sense now. Joshua, wear the helmet. Helmet's not my style.
Father always fought for what he believed was right. It wasn't until that night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting for me.
No matter how fate conspired against him, he never lost heart, never looked back, never stopped fighting. To me, he was the greatest of men. And I've been trying to live up to his ideals ever since.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And we'll keep trying. Because that's what he would have wanted.
What he would have done himself. Even if it meant standing against the very gods in the heavens.
I shall be borrowing this, Father, if I may. That you might watch over us as we follow in your footsteps.
That's right, Joshua. Wear the helmet. Oh, that was neat.
We won't lay you down.
Onward then.
Onward. To the end.
And to a new beginning.
Woohoo! And we got another level up. Rusted Battle Helm. Curiosity. Nice. It's mostly like these quests were for crafting shit and curiosities. Nice. Joining hands with Joshua. Joshua has joined Clive's party and will remain with him until departing for Origin. That's kinda neat, I guess. Odd Hill. Aha, here we go.
Midsoil.
Shipwrights.
After what happened here, it's a miracle there was any left at all.
Okay, so that is it there. So now we'll go to Port Isolde. Whoa, wait, oh shit, nope. It shows that there's still something going on up here. So I have more things I had to find. Well, hello there, Goblin. Fucker. Oh, 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 I see a thing. I see a thing.
I better get these materials to Mid so she can finish her prototype.
Okay. Now we'll go to Port Isolde. Border Robot.
It's still here. After all these years. A lot smaller than I remember. And you're a lot bigger. You might have to swim, boy. I wasn't being serious.
You two go on without me. I doubt that boat will hold a third.
If you're sure, we won't be long. Hop in, boy.
So what is here then?
This place hasn't changed at all. The rookery's right through those trees. Come on. Race you there? I bet I could still beat you.
Torgal's like, no, you fucking can't. Okay, so it's the greatest treehouse known to man.
Here we are. This was our hideaway. Wasn't it, Torgal? Coming here helped me to forget who I was. Or wasn't. Prince, Shield. Son his mother could love. Had I been any one of those things? Perhaps. What is it, boy?
It's like there's a thing here.
This is all from the castle. In Phoenix Gate. Did you bring these here? My sparring sword. Well. You never stopped looking for me, did you, boy?
Oh.
Thank you, Torgal. For never giving up. For never forgetting.
Attaboy.
Let's take this with us, shall we? So I don't forget either.
That was nice. Now the question is, what's further on the island? Torgal's like, you what? You thought that was
That's
it?
not the way back to the boat, Torgal.
I got other shit to show you.
All right. I'm coming. I think I know where we're going.
You know, even for that town, that city being totally ransacked, still strikes a pretty crazy figure.
People always talk about the importance of putting the past behind you. But without it, we wouldn't be who we are today. And we certainly couldn't steer our way to a better tomorrow. Come on, Torgal. Let's go home.
Quest complete. That was pretty cool.
Sorry for the wait. We're ready.
No, that's fine because now we're going back to the hideaway. Have to talk to a law. Ah, shit, there's a new quest. One, two, three, and then we gotta go up there. Alright, Byron.
Uncle, I bring good news. The Field Marshal has agreed to your plan.
Ha! Of course he has. I didn't doubt you for a moment, dear boy.
Rutherford is accompanying him back to your manor in Port Isolde as we speak. They will await your return there. As will one other.
One other? Who, exactly?
Lord Havel was concerned that even if he could get the realm's armies to agree to an accord, he might not be as successful in convincing those with political power. He asked if I might have a solution, and I suggested a certain Imperial Lord Magistrate turned Liberator.
One of your co-conspirators?
Master Quinton would probably call me one of his. but yes.
Another outlaw, then. Just the thing we need to put these rotten politicos in their places. Good thinking, Clive.
I'm glad you approve.
The more the merrier, eh?
Uncle, assuming Havel and Quentin can solve our problem with the armies, you still haven't mentioned how we might manage the grain shortages.
Oh, don't you worry, my boy. The 7 high houses will be seeing to that. They have all agreed to make the most generous of donations. Oh, of course, it did take a little persuasion, but luckily I had some unexpected help.
From who?
Why, you, my boy. Rumor has it that you rescued the Lady Ariane's head steward Rockford from a horde of bloodthirsty bandits.
We did.
It was more of a handful.
Well, the old battle axe was so pleased. She had a shipload of talents delivered to my private docks by the next new moon. And when the other houses saw the parsimonious old crone's purse strings finally loosen, they as good as tripped over themselves in the rush to follow suit.
I'm happy to hear it.
Now, I must be getting back to the manor. Join us there at your earliest convenience, would you?
Of course, Uncle.
Oh, shit. Okay. No, do not make me... Don't. Fine. You better put me back at the hideaway.
And how, pray tell, will we get that grain to the capital if the roads are still overrun with Akashic?
You'll find another bloody road. I only have so many men, and I'm not about to send them headlong into an ether flood. That is, unless you'd have them turn as well.
Well, I'd certainly eat less.
Says the man with a belly bigger than a band of curls. My soldiers actually need their rations. Without any food to keep them going, they'll be dead even before you've sent them on your fool's errand.
If I may, gentlemen, perhaps I might suggest an alternative approach. Though supply routes are indeed disrupted, there is no shortage of ships. Indeed, they bob away in every bay from here to Randalar, awaiting a safe haven. Allow them to make port and fill their bellies full of grain. And once those who crowd the cities are fed, ferry the displaced back to the countryside to work the fallow fields. But I'm sure that you wish to continue your discussion. Forgive the interruption. 2 such firm friends as yourselves need no help from the likes of me. Rutherford spoke fondly of the great bond between you.
Us? Friends?
I can't stand the man.
Clive, I'm beginning to question the quality of the company you keep.
And what kind of company were you expecting him to keep? The man's a criminal.
Criminal? How dare you? You are not fit to breathe the same air as this fine, upstanding young gentleman.
Upstanding? He calls himself Sid the Bloody Outlaw.
Once more onto the breach.
Oh, that's
Shall
funny.
we begin again? What we seek here is not to create a new nation, nor to claim the thrones of those that already exist. We wish simply to bring stability to the realm that mankind might weather the current storm. And to do that, we must convince those in power, the generals, the statesmen, the nobles, that our cause is just. There will be disagreements, yes. And I imagine some resistance, much resistance. But we cannot let that deter us. If we show them the path, show them that we walk it ourselves, then I am confident they will follow. The fate of the world lies in my nephew's hands, but the well-being of her people lies in ours. And we must not squander the chance that Clive has given us.
Uncle Byron,
Now, with that settled, let's move on to the signing of the Accord. For what great moment in history hasn't been accompanied by a little ceremony? Citizens of Valisthea, I present to you the Triunity. Rutherford, Mike Will.
Oh my god. Okay, Byron. I get
Well,
it.
my boy, the stage is set.
That it is.
This is the role you were born for. Now I ask only that you trust in the talents of your supporting cast. We shall play our parts to the best of our abilities, that you might have the opportunity to shine. The realm needs its Sir Crandall. And there is no better Crandall than you, Clive. I want you to keep this signed accord as proof of our faith in you.
I will. Thank you, Uncle.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. We got things. At least they brought me back to the hideaway.
What do you think that thing is?
There's something about it.
You should have seen him. The thing.
Welcome back, Sid.
Welcome back, Sid.
Yes. Welcome back. Trip wasn't too much of a pain in the arse, I hope. Truth be told, it was me who suggested roping you in to help with the trial. But from what I hear, things didn't go quite as planned.
No, they most certainly did not.
Yes, he does.
Ember lost his nerve in the face of a beast of prey, but he didn't lose heart. He pressed on, and he achieved his aim. And is that not what we ask of our scouts?
Indeed it is. Thank you for your honest appraisal, Sid. The fact remains, however, that Ember will not always have a battle-hardened warrior on hand to pluck him from the jaws of peril. All I have gleaned from this trial is that without someone watching his back, Ember is little more than a liability.
Wait, Sergeant. Ember still has much to learn, it's true. And this time he was found wanting. But I'd say he's due a second chance, nonetheless. After all, he did do as you asked.
With a bit of hard work, any hand can be made to hold a blade, and any mind can conquer its fears. But a scout's nose is different. You've either got one, or you ain't. And by sniffing out that log, young Ember here has shown he has a conk and a half. Wouldn't do to waste it now, would it?
Fine. One more chance.
I'll do whatever you ask. I'll spend my days and nights in the pit if I have to. I'll show you. Just you wait.
Daft as a brush, that one. But his heart's in the right place. Just like someone else we know. And if you ask me, we've been leaning on him for far too long. That time the curse breakers took some of the weight off his shoulders, I reckon.
It couldn't hurt.
Just don't tell Gav I said so, will you? I won't have him thinking he's been hard done by. Next thing you know, he'll be asking for a day off. Chance would be a fine thing.
I freaking love Otto.
Back to work.
Forgive me, Sid. This did not play out as I expected.
Things really do these days.
Very true.
That's why we
Things
need
really
men
do.
like Ember more than ever. Men who can make the best out of a bad situation. Remember that.
I will, Sid. Thank you.
Woohoo! We finished the quest. Now we'll go talk to Vivian and do that one. Blah, 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 blah. Son of a... Now there's another new quest. God damn it. Please tell me. Shit. Masterless Marauder, the Grim Reaper, Pentatit's Gate, Knight of the Splendid Heart. Huh? Okay, so now we've got hunts to do too. Well, let's finish up this batch of quests and then we'll frickin' see what else has to happen.
I found it. The book you lost.
By the way, there's some jerkwads that might come here.
You found it. Thank you, Clive. Even though I asked this of you, I was not entirely sure it would be possible. I feared the executors had seized every copy.
I met with one of these executors, and I convinced him to let me keep it. He told me something. That the truth is just a matter of collective belief. And that if enough people believe a lie, that lie becomes the truth.
It does. But it also means that the truth is not immutable. That it can be changed. Provided that those who wish to change it can convince enough people that their perspective is the correct one. As the sad history of the Bearers proves.
You said that the book inspired you to become a scholar.
It did. Or its author, rather.
Wait,
She
what?
was a heretic, you see. A firebrand and a dissenter. A gallows stood ready for her in every corner of the realm. And by shunning society, or perhaps being shunned by it, she stumbled upon a truth so potent that an entire realm trembled at the prospect of its utterance. I, too, have always felt somehow set apart from the world of men. A stranger to my own species. She taught me that my solitude was not a curse, but a gift. And that, though my journey to the truth might be a lonely one, what I found at my destination would be more than worth the cost.
Do you still feel that way? That you're not one of us?
Honestly, I'm not entirely sure anymore. Since coming to the Hideaway, I find my thinking somewhat clouded. Perhaps the result of studying mankind from a rather closer perspective than I had intended. But the more I study, the more I find value in this perspective. In looking not from the outside, but from within. So if you'll permit me, I'd like to continue my work here.
Oh, we can do that.
Clive, when enough people believe, belief begets truth. Give the men and women of this benighted world the gift of truth. Make them believe in you, as I do.
I'll try, Vivian. I'll try.
It's a nice little setup, though. Not gonna lie there. Scholar's Bonnet. And now we gotta go up this way. First thing first, up more. By the way, your old caretaker turned into an Akashic and I killed him.
I hear that you traveled to Ash, Cid. Did you by any chance recover the names of my fallen friends?
I did. Yes.
If I may? The Bearer Registry. The director was a brutal man. He got no worse than he deserved.
The registry was all I found beneath the tree. There was no sign of a body. or any record of what happened to the children after the orphanage closed.
I pray that at least some of them survived. All their names are here. The ones we lost. My friends. My light in those dark times. I can still remember their faces, like it was yesterday. Children who were taken from their bunks in the morning, never to return. No explanation ever offered.
They'd be happy to know that you survived, Herman.
But why did I make it out alive, when so many others died in that awful place?
That's survivor's
It's not your
guilt.
fault. And blaming yourself won't bring them back. Honor their memory. See that their names live on. That way, at least. They're never truly gone.
Thank you. Sid, I'm going to write a book. An account of the horrors of Badbach, and the spirit of those its custodians sought to crush. All of Valisthea will know of our suffering, and in the name of those I lost, I will not let it happen again.
Neither will I.
These records would have been buried for all eternity, were it not for you. Thank you.
No, you're very welcome. Now, can we tie this conversation up so I can go talk to Mid? Ta-da-da. And then we'll accept the other quests. Pick up any goodies that we can potentially find.
Mid, tell me this is all you need.
Yes, please tell me this is all
You
you
make
need.
it sound like I asked you to save the world or something.
Tell me this is all you need.
It's most of what I need. After you left, I went over the figures again, and I realised I'd forgotten a 1 and a 0
And
a cogwheel. Just a tiny one. Though, that's the problem. Gears that small are a bastard to make, and I may have lost the one Blackthorn spent a fortnight toiling over.
wait. The children. When they took apart your scales, there was a tiny brass gear. Now that I think about it, they didn't use it when we put the scales back together.
The young'uns? But why would the... You know what? I don't want to know. I'll keep working on the model. You go and find that cog.
Kids, where are you?
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet?
Shit.
Sid! Is Mid still hiding from us?
She wasn't hiding. She's fine. She's just busy working on her next project.
A new invention? What is it? What is it? Is it an airship? I bet it's an airship!
Do you think she'll let us help?
That just so happens to be why I'm here. She needs something special, something only you three can provide. A brass gear. A tiny one. One that might fit on, say, a set of scales?
Oh, the one you forgot! We remember!
We saved it, just in case. It's in the bag of bits.
The bag of bits. Really?
Since your lesson, we've been disassembling, then reassembling everything we can find. All the pieces that are left over, we keep under our beds, just in case.
Oh god.
That's good to know.
Look! I found it! Is that all? Just the gear? We have more parts if Mid needs them.
That's all for now. But I'll let Mid know about your hoard. Just in case.
Thanks, Sid.
Oh, God.
Well, did they have it?
They did. And they kept it somewhere nice and safe. Will it work?
Will it work? He's perfect! You're a genius, Clive.
What exactly are you going to use it for?
Only the most important job of all. The wings aren't going to move on their own. But with the right cog in the right place... Well, you just wait and see.
Oh, God. She's gonna make the wings flap? That's a little much.
That should do it.
Oh my God. It's just like Final Fantasy IV.
Here goes nothing.
And 2. It's just like basically everything up to a certain point.
Titan's tits.
It wasn't supposed to fly, was it?
Of course it was supposed to fly. Wouldn't be much of an airship if it didn't. Honestly, these bloody engines are driving me mad. I was so sure this would be the day she soared. The Mithril engine was made to make dreams come true.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe this is one dream the world's better off without. Show folk how to take flying. It won't be long till they're raining death down on each other. People will lose their homes. Children, their mums and their dads. Like I lost mine.
I'm sorry.
So am I, Clive. So am I. Sorry that I have to choose. Do I follow my head, or do I follow my heart?
Good question. The first time I stood on the deck of your ship, felt the wind in my hair. It was like I was flying. But imagine how it would feel to actually do it.
My dad always said there were two ways of living life. Chasing a dream or shuffling to your grave. And he were right. Right about a lot of things. Not that I like to admit it.
Not that I like to admit
People
it.
need dreams to chase. Especially in a world like this. Right. When this is over, I'm gonna take all my Mithril engines to Zemeckis and sling them over the edge. I won't have my dream end up turning into someone else's nightmare.
All that hard work.
All that hard work will not be used for war, Jamie. But it ain't like it'll be gone. Tell me, Clive, have you ever been on a treasure hunt?
Not since Joshua and I were boys. Why do you ask?
Because I'm gonna bury the engine schematics and leave behind a little riddle telling people where to find them. A really hard one, so that only the most dedicated dreamers will ever be able to work it out. Ooh, I can picture it now. Some daft general squinting at the words with a gormless expression on his mug. Like that one, yeah.
Right.
Damn it, I thought we were actually gonna get an airship. I'm depressed.
Of course, if I'm putting this engine at the end of a treasure hunt, I'll still need to make it a treasure worth hunting for. Won't be much of a prize if it couldn't even make a toy boat fly after all. My dad always said, dream big. But it ain't the size of a dream that's important, is it, Clive? Only that it's a good one. And I reckon I've got a fair few good uns left in me.
I'm sure you do.
By the way, you might be tossing out the spares, but you're not going to toss the ones off the Enterprise, right? Like, it's kind of important. Okay.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project?
Alright, Desiree, what you got for me?
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Is everything we've received and everything promised?
To sail forbidden seas and fallen enigma. Continental acclaim. If the drunken galley captain I shared a table with last night is to believe, word of your exploits has made its way across the seas to the great continent. What is more, she claims there are those who would see you flourish, herself being one such woman. Getteth.
All yours.
Fuck yes. So,
Best of
one
luck
last
out there,
donation
Sid.
available. So, what does those particular little increases damage dealt to enemies by 5%? Let me guess. Something involving oh no, it's another food recipe. Oh no, it's Gav. What you want, Gav?
You alright?
Silver linings.
Something troubling you?
No more than usual. It's just... Eda's baby will be coming soon, and I wanted to make something for it.
I'm sure she'd like that.
Back in the north, families would always make gifts when a bairn was on the way. Yeah, let the little tykes know they were welcome in their new homes, like.
So, what's the problem?
Well, the problem is that Eda's due any day now, and I don't know if I'll be ready in time.
Well,
Is
let's
there
get
anything
her
I can
done.
do to help?
You know, there just might be.
All right then. What exactly are we making?
A good luck charm. But not just any good luck charm.
Not just any.
No. One made from the feather of a silver chocobo. There's naught lucky in all the realm, or so we used to say back home anyway. Thing is, they're hard to come by. Had Otto and Karen check with their suppliers, but nothing. I'd try and track one down myself, only...
Only the big day is fast approaching. And that's all you need. A feather.
That or the bird whose horse it's attached to, aye. I was gonna start by asking around with traveling traders plying the northern borders.
Well, there's no shortage of those passing through Martha's. I think I'll make that my first port of call. I'll let you know if I find anything.
You're a good friend, Clive. I won't forget this.
Well, Gav, you kind of lost your eye for me, and let's face it, you apparently can't keep your hair straight.
Trouble with your gear, or... So, will it be?
Got their damn wrong. I need the second piece of dark steel, and then we can get the fucking sword.
Fine.
Depends on where the fuck I'm gonna find it. Also, do we finally have like most of these? Yes, we do! I like how they just give me the signboards. Like, are you guys gonna make new signs? Holy shit. That which conquers all. Here, not long removed from when you last placed yourself between us and peril, I sit and pen yet another letter in which I try to find the words to somehow express the gratitude of an entire town. Still, something feels different about our latest triumph. Where in the past we leaned ever so heavily upon your good graces, this time we found strength elsewhere, in ourselves. Our hardship has shown us that which should have been apparent all along. We are not as different as we want to believe. Does a peasant love his homeland any less than a noble? Does a bearer love his family any less than another man does his own? It is this love that has united us and given us true strength. Should every thrall, Akashic, bandit, and brigand in the realm come charging our gates, we will not fret. We will not falter. We will fight. And we will win. Isabel. A new day. I am not so foolish to believe that a single shaming at the hands of the town urchins can dispel a lifetime of hatred built up in one's heart, just as a pot cannot be made clean by reminding it of its grime. It takes effort, persistence, and more often than not, a stiff brush and a bucket of lye. But, more than that, it takes time. Fortunately, your courage and leadership has granted us just that. We must now decide whether to embrace or to waste it. A wise man once said, "The night is always darkest before the dawn." And it is a good thing that I count one who burns so bright amongst my friends. Lubor. A note of thanks. My Lord Marquess, I write to thank you for the kind consideration you have shown for those names written within the pages of the Book of Martyrs. I know that it would move them deeply to know that the first shield of the Phoenix laments their passing. Though each and every member of our order stands ready to sacrifice their lives in service of the Phoenix, I do not doubt that those who are taken before their time go with regret for the long years of duty left undone. That they should live on in the memory of a proud son of the House Rosfield, such as yourself, so surely goes some way to soothing their sorrows. May the Phoenix's flame burn ever in your heart. Cyril, bearer of the burning quill. And then we've got the thing for that. The wages of fate. Do you remember what you told me that night at Phoenix Gate? That while the fate of Rosaria sits on my shoulders, the fate of its dominance sits upon yours. But are we not both dominants of fire? Does not the flame of our forebears burn in both of our hearts? Should I not protect you as you have protected me? You have chosen to be my shield. We choose to be yours. Is this not what our father wanted, what Sid wanted, to cast aside fate and forge your own paths? Grant me this, Clive. Let me be your strength, Joshua. A fine hound. The two of you have been together for probably what feels like a lifetime now. But there is still a lot you have to learn about that hound of yours. He'd step in front of a bloody raging behemoth if it meant protecting you. But that don't mean you should take it for granted. At the end of the day, he's a hound, and sometimes he just wants someone to pat him on his head and rub his belly and give him a handful of Koopa nuts. You'd do good to remember that. Karen. Concern for Jill. Though her icon brought her much suffering, the loss of Shiva weighs heavy on her heart, and we would be four friends indeed if we not seek to lighten that burden, if but only a fraction, before we depart for the skies. I would speak on this more in private. Joshua. Yes?
If Joshua's worried about Jill, I should go and speak with him.
Making amends. Master Clive, I am aware that there are matters of much greater import which demand your attention, but should you find yourself a moment, I bid you to visit me in the shelves, that I might ask a single favor concerning His Highness, Prince Dion, Harpocrates the Second.
It's usually me making demands of Harpocrates. I wonder what this is about.
Tale to tell. Alrighty then. Well, I believe, folks, it is time for me to end for the night. I want to say thank y'all for tuning into the Flying T-Bars here tonight. I really appreciate you guys' viewership. I will be back next Thursday with more Devil May Cry 2 and so Midday Matinee with Devil May Cry 2 and Throwback Thursday with more Legend of Dragoon. So, hope to see you guys there. Yeah. No announcements. Oh, don't forget, go check out my YouTube and my Twitter. If you guys want to check out my other content, as in my archive or my announcements and stuff like that. Now I've really only got that for you. Shit. No one from the usual group is on tonight. You know what? We haven't rated them guys in a while. Yeah, screw it. We're gonna go ahead and raid Stabbiness. They're doing Pip Showcase. Playing some Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. So, now that that raid timer has started, folks, don't forget, make sure you guys enjoy yourselves some good food, some great drinks, even better company. And I'll see you all on the flip side. Happy trails, folks.